Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to session number 623 of Empowering Morning Conversations. And today I want to review everything that we do. And I'd like to remind everybody that the purpose of Empowering Morning Conversations is to enable us to live a life of ease, joy, and glory. If you read this statement, what does it say? All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So it's about inviting all of life, whatever. What is life? Life is a set of experiences. One set of experiences followed by another. And we want to filter and take only what we like. And we are saying, what if we like everything? Because if an experience has been given to us, and that experience is itself being alive. Being alive means to experience the experience of living, not filtering it. So if we are spending time resisting the experiences that are coming our way, then are we living life? Or we are avoiding life? So we want to create a situation where each and every moment of our life is a celebration, that we can accept it with ease and joy, and it just adds, everything just adds to our ease and joy and glory. If you look at the way we live our life, we are all hoping and praying that one day I will have everything so that I can have ease, joy, and glory. And what I'm saying is, you can have ease, joy, and glory right now at this very moment, provided you live in the moment. So how do we do that? We help you to shift from your survival mode. So I hope you understand by now what the survival mode is. The survival mode is when you are living without thinking. You're living automatically. So every time you are simply doing things automatically or habitually, then you are in the default mode. Okay, the day starts and ends and you don't even know when it started. You don't know when it ended, right? You just went through it like a machine. That's the default mode, mostly to survive, right? Mostly to deal with everyday urgencies. Stuff that you have to deal with. So what are the things that you have to deal with? Food, shelter, job concerns, business concerns, blah, 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 blah. So should we not do it? Of course, you have to do it because that's your part of your life. But is it all your life? Is survival all of your life? So we can come out of that survival mode and create something. How wonderful that would be. So the question for all of you is, how much are you creating? Some of you are creating, is it not? So can anybody quickly share, what are you creating in your life? Question is, what are you creating in your life? So some answer should be there, no? Yes, Mr. KR.
Creating thoughts.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. What are you creating in your life? KR has already said. KR Garu. Who's the next person? I'm not able to see the hand. You can unmute and speak.
Sir, Professor.
Who?
Ready, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I'm creating a life of ease, joy, and glory.
Okay, very good. You're actually creating it. Congratulations. Who else? What are you creating in your life?
I am purposely creating a beautiful relationships and more business in my work.
Okay, so you're consciously creating better relationships and more
Business.
business. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Let's hear from a few others. What are you creating in your life? Like really creating in your life? See, there are many things in your life you have to do, so you're doing it. Yeah. Creating is something which you choose to do. Yes, Neeti.
Yes, sir. Patience and understanding, if I may call it compassion.
Mm-hmm. And what does that make possible?
It is giving me, it's improving my interpersonal skills and being able to deal with situation and people with much more higher harmony.
Yeah. And what does that allow you to create in your life when that happens?
It is bringing peace and achievement to me.
Oh. A sense of achievement. Is that what you think?
Yes, yes.
All right. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. That's good. Who else?
So creating new possibilities.
Yeah, like what?
Like a lot of things has been already said by few friends, but then creating a legacy,
Mm-hmm.
creating what we can and creating something unique that we can give back to society along with legacy, right? So
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good to me. But legacy sounds like something that you should do. Means वो तो करना ही पड़ता है ना.
correct.
जगीर तो छोड़नी ही पड़ती है ना.
No, I'm not talking in terms of physical property. that तो होती है वो automatically जो जिसकी capability है उसमें होता है. I'm talking about intellectual property.
That is the legacy you wish to leave behind. Okay, wonderful. Great. All right. Somebody else? What are you creating in your life? Now, what would you like to create in your life?
I am creating happiness.
Mm-hmm. For who? All around?
All around and for myself too.
Okay. Nice. Thank you so much. Okay. Now I know that others might be wanting to say something, but if we give one more chance for people to say. Anybody else? What is it that you want to create in your life, or you are already creating in your life?
Yeah, hi, good morning, Abhinav here.
Good morning, Abhinav.
So, what I'm creating, I was just thinking what I'm creating in life. So what I'm creating in life is, work towards the world that works for everyone.
My good God, you're reading my mind.
जो वर्नर एंड हार्ट ने बहुत पहले बोला था, remember?
Yeah, मैं
So,
भी तो वही कर रहा हूँ.
आप भी तो वही कर रहे हो ना? So that actually means generally the general thinking is that if I have to win, then someone has to lose.
Yeah.
If I have to be happy, then somebody has to be sad. So creating a world where everyone, working towards the world where everyone can be happy together, where everybody can win together, where the overall experience of life is being motivated and inspired.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much. You and I
Thank you.
share the same desire. And
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay. Any other person wants to say anything?
I would like to say.
Oh, yeah. Ashok ji, please go ahead.
I would like to see people free of worries, free of sad things.
Sadness. Yeah.
And
Okay.
whatever is possible from my side, I would like to contribute that.
Yeah. And you take out a lot of time to do that, I must say. Right? Great. Thank you very much. And thank you for being who you are. And thank you for your contributions. All right, let's move on. So that's one thing which we are doing, always reminding you that you can create something in this life. Okay, so it's a little bit more than just doing survival activities. And the next thing that we do here every morning is to help all of us to dissipate all the negativity that we pick up all the time from others and from circumstances. So if you're in a state of awareness, you will see how much negativity is being spoken, how many negative thoughts are being put out in the world, and can we allow ourselves to be influenced by that? We should not allow ourselves to be influenced by that. Rather, we can influence people with our own positivity. That will allow the world to become a better place. So that's what we do with all the exercises and other things that we talk about here. And the next thing we do is help you to always be a possibility seeker rather than a complainer. Right? Enterprising people, they see possibilities where ordinary people see roadblocks and difficulties and obstacles. So we want to help us all to become enterprising people. So it's easy to complain. It's easy to get sucked into other people's complaints. But with a little bit of training, we can actually start to see what is possible. Okay, and then start doing work to create those possibilities in the world. And the next thing is to become a high focus and high energy person. And these are the persons who are going to cause many things to happen in the world. So in order to do that, nice to see you, Venkatesh. In order to do that, we do a lot of work here, like some of them are experiential exercises. We also help you to deal with all our interferers. You remember what an interferer is? An interferer is something within you or outside you which does not allow you to live your life 100%. It does not allow you to use your capability. An interferer does not allow you to use your potential. जो आपका हुनर है वो बाहर नहीं आ पाता है क्योंकि आपके अंदर जो interferers होते हैं, and they are mostly in the mind and in the body and in the form of emotions, and they are in the form of energetic blocks that you are putting up. So whatever we do here helps you to deal with all kinds of interferers. And one of the biggest interferer is the tendency for us to allow the circumstances to influence us. That is the biggest interferer, is it not? That we allow circumstances, यानी हम जो परिस्थितियों को अनुमति देते हैं हमको प्रभावित करने के लिए, we give permission to circumstances to influence us. So that is the biggest interferer. So how do we deal with that? First, by understanding how circumstances influence us. So how do circumstances influence you? Anybody? How do circumstances influence people? Yes, Neeti. How do circumstances influence you?
So first it affects my emotions.
That's right.
Either it makes me very happy or it makes me very sad. As an interferer, it'll demotivate me.
Yeah.
Or make me look at the negative side of things rather than look for positive aspects.
Right. So they will, circumstances influence you through your feelings.
Yes, sir.
Right? And your feelings influence your actions.
Yes, sir.
So if you're feeling low, then your actions will be slow. If you're feeling discouraged, yeah, you will do all actions half-heartedly. Okay.
Yes.
Now, because the world is generally influencing you, obviously not positively, you don't get up in the morning and everybody says to you, what a wonderful day you're going to have. That doesn't happen, right? So just remember one thing, circumstances influence us through our feelings, and when our feelings influence our actions, and only actions are going to produce result, right? So if you have enthusiasm, what kind of actions will you do? People? Niti, if you are enthusiastic, what kind of actions would you do?
So obviously I would be very energetic and I would be happy. I would want to jump into the opportunity and avail it.
Yeah, there'll be a certain amount of energy and vigor and, more action, 100% type of action will happen when you are enthusiastic and inspired. Now, what do? We are looking at the world to come and inspire us and give us an injection of enthusiasm. The world doesn't come and do that. Yeah. So the key is what? If your feelings, so logical people will say, if my feelings are influencing my actions, हिंदी में कैसे बोलेंगे? अगर मेरी भावनाएं मेरे कार्यों को प्रभावित कर रही हैं, then I will learn to generate the feelings that I require so that I can give my 100%. तो अगर मेरी खुद की जो भावनाएं हैं, जो फीलिंग्स हैं, वो मेरे कर्मों को या कार्यों को प्रभावित करती हैं, तो मैं क्यों नहीं सीखूं कि मैं वो फीलिंग्स पैदा कर लूं जिससे कि मैं खुद 100% लाइफ में कर सकूं. That is called the power of generation. That I will learn to generate the feelings that I desire. And there are people who do that. Some people are trained to do that, like the army people or the karate people, right? Or actors, for example, they're generating the feelings that are required for playing the role that they play. So here's the situation. We are people who are influenced from outside factors. Our feelings are influenced. We let others influence our feelings. Right? Enterprising person like you will say, why should I let others influence my feelings? Somebody who does not want to be influenced by the circumstances is going to say, I will not let others influence my feelings. I will not allow the circumstances to influence my feelings. I will generate the feelings that I desire. So whatever feeling you desire, in order to give you 100%, you generate it. Na? मतलब किसी के डर से आप हो जाएंगे? If you are inspired by fear, you generate it. Na? Why are you waiting for somebody to come and frighten you? If shame makes you perform, why are you waiting for somebody to come and make you feel ashamed? You generated yourself. So many people say, sir, if I am joyful, now if you are joyful and happy, you will do better because your brain is working better. If you are joyful and happy, you are going to do better, you're going to think better, you're going to attract more abundance, you're going to attract more wealth in your life. So are you waiting for somebody to come and make you happy and joyful? No. In the EMC, we say we are not waiting for anybody to come and help us to make happy and joyful. We can do it ourselves. So we have this exercise that we often do. We haven't done it for many days now. And the exercise that we do is we generate happiness. How do we do that? When I say 1, 2, 3, Mr. KR, SR, VK, all right? VK, you do the exercise. Don't sit and watch others doing it. Or somebody doing nicely, somebody not doing nicely. You worry about doing it nicely yourself. Okay? So when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100%, preferably without making any sound. Otherwise, my eardrums will get blasted. All right, so 1, 2, 3, go! KR, give it your 100%. So, if you are in this emotional state, how is your day going to be then? So I keep saying to all of you, listen, during the day, at least 2 or 3 times you do this. Like a doctor gives you medicine 3 times a day, TDS, 1 capsule 3 times a day. So I say, have a capsule of happiness 3 times a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon after lunch, and 1 before going to bed. What a wonderful day it's going to be. Right? You think the circumstances can influence you? Every time a negative circumstance comes along, instead of wasting our time in resisting it, we just generate happiness, and then we look at that situation and we say, all right, what's in it for me? See, when you do not allow any situation to negatively influence you, what becomes possible? That is a question you should be asking yourself now. Yes, KR. KR Garu.
Circumstances will not influence, our response will influence us.
That's true.
Our
If
response to
the response is your feeling, na?
Yes.
So how the circumstances controlling you is by influencing your feeling. Na? So if you are controlling your feeling, and if you are able to generate your own feeling, nothing can control you.
True. Yes.
That is the point I'm making over here. So the question for you is that if you are able to generate your own feelings, if you're able to generate enthusiasm and joy, what will it make possible for you in any situation?
Immense benefits. Like
Okay.
the other lady said, high energy, happiness, peace of mind.
Okay, so now I will drill down a little. Okay, now listen to me carefully. Don't worry about responding to it right now. When there is a negative situation, normally what is our response? We will feel sad, angry, irritated, whatever. Okay. Suppose next time a negative situation comes and you are generating happiness. Okay. Then how would you present yourself to that negative situation? Will that situation look negative to you? No. In that case, you will be able to look at that situation and say, okay, wow, this is an interesting situation. What benefit can I get out of this situation? Because believe me, our Lord, the God, whatever he sends to you is for your benefit. Even the negative situation is, I have actually experienced in my life, and that's what I'm sharing, that when you do not respond with a negative feeling, then you are able to see that, oh, what is it that I can learn from this situation? Why is this situation sent to me? In what way does this situation allow me to grow as a person? What is the benefit of this situation in my life right now? And then you will remember what I always say, that every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of myself. But if your mind is negatively influenced because of the negative feelings, then you will never see the benefit in that situation that is coming to you. Okay, one of the reasons that we are not present, KR, is that we are judging, we are resisting, and we are reacting. The reason why we are doing it is because of some feeling which gets generated in us. So when you're feeling angry or irritated or upset or sad, And that is caused by some feeling in your body. Obviously, it's a feeling only, no? And what kind of thoughts you're going to have at that time? Your thoughts will be, why is it happening? It should not be happening. And this is a sign of resistance. And when you're resisting a situation, you can never learn from it. So interesting, no? A situation has come in order to teach you something. But because of our negative feelings and our resistance to that, we are not able to learn from that situation. And the situation has come only to teach you. Interesting, isn't it? So if we are able to be happy and generate our own feelings, we may benefit more from every moment of our life. You know, if you, whatever Niti said and whatever KR has said, it happens because of this reason, that when you are happy, every situation is not so bad. And you say, hey, what's in it for me? What can I get out of it? I am a strong believer in one thing, that no experience is sent to you for your detriment. Every experience is sent to you only for your benefit. Are you willing to believe in this statement?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, KR. And I ask all of you to start thinking on it. I mean, can you imagine if you say in your mind that every situation in my life, every experience in my life is coming to me only for my benefit. It is not coming to make my life worse. I am making it worse because of my response. How many of you have gone to, at least when we were young children, we went to get an injection and we were getting a pain even before the injection was pricking our skin? Have you seen that? People are getting pain even before the pain happens. So what happens is, okay, you are a human being. If something bad is happening, you are likely to feel bad. Nothing wrong with that. But you immediately realize that I have a choice. I'm not an animal. See, animal has no choice. He will either fight or he will fly. That's his programming. But as a human being, I've got a choice. I'm not going to let my brain number 1 and 2 dominate me. I will use this brain and say, hey, okay, I'm feeling irritated right now. Should I allow this irritation to remain? No. I will generate happiness. And then I will look at the situation and see how to deal with it. Now, in that very moment, what you have done is you have shifted from reaction mode to creation mode. You have shifted from reaction mode to proactive mode. And it's a very powerful thing, you know, if you can stop being reactive. Believe me when I say more than 95% of the time as human beings, we live in a state of reaction and resistance. So it's like a prison, right? Doesn't allow us to make the most of what is coming to us in life. Reaction and resistance. And what is the link between this and the feelings that automatically happen in our bodies? Remember, circumstances can influence you only through your feelings. Now I can do a couple of more things today, but I won't. Because I want you to reflect on this. How much and how many times in a day you are allowing these circumstances to influence you. Now it can be a one-time thing, or it must have been happening over a period of time also. You know, there are certain circumstances which are happening again and again in your life. There are such circumstances which are persistent, isn't it? Like I met this guy, he said, sir, I am surrounded by a family who is always discouraging me. For the last 20 years, they are discouraging me. So I said, why don't you leave them then? You like to live in that kind of environment? Sir, but I have no choice. Where will I go? What will I do? I have to live with it. And every day that I live in it, I'm getting diminished as a human being. I'm losing my self-esteem. I'm losing my self-respect. I'm losing my confidence. Who is doing it to him? We can feel sorry for him, no? It's like, oh, the circumstances, poor fellow, so bad. Now, if he learned the power of generation, do you think it will help him?
Yes.
Do you think he's going to believe us when we tell them that it is so simple?
It is up to him.
Most people say, no. How is it possible so easily? I'm fighting with this situation 20 years. Will it change like that in 5 minutes? See, there is so much of that negative stuff in people's brain, right? How many of you met somebody that you're trying to help them and they are very doubtful? Oh, why you want to help me? See, this is what has happened because of so much of bombardment of negativity that we are facing. So what do you wish to create now? Can you create being generative, like generating the feelings that you desire? And you'll find something very, very interesting, you know that? Now, many of you are entrepreneurs, you're running companies, you are having big families and everything. Okay. And you think that by giving them lectures, they are going to change their habits. They won't. People will never do what you say. People will never do what you say. They will do what you do. So if you want to influence people, you cannot tell them, yeah, you should be enthusiastic, you know. Even if you said it this way, no, they'll get influenced because your feelings are influencing their feelings. But what you will say? Now I'm the boss, no? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you should be enthusiastic in your life. You should do your work 100%. You think it's going to make a difference? But if you're yourself being enthusiastic, if you're yourself being happy and exuberant, will it automatically influence without words all the people in your life? See, I wanted to kind of rub this in, that the more you're able to generate this feeling of joy and happiness and enthusiasm, whatever you generate will automatically influence a lot of people. Yeah, KR, you want to say something?
Yeah, I fully agree.
Great. So do you think it's worth investing some time, like my tablet, no? 3 times a day, doctor is prescribing.
200%.
Yeah, 3 times a day. Actually, I say you do it up every 1 hour if you can. It doesn't take much time, you know. You will reach a point where you can do without any so you can just generate it. And suddenly there will be a smile on your face. And people will say, hey, why is he smiling? No reason. I'm a mad fellow. I smile for no reason. You know? At least I'm not one of those people who sing sad song. Ye duniya, ye mehfil, meri kaam ki nahi. I don't sing those songs. Hello, Abhinav.
Yes, boss.
चेहरे पे थोड़ा खुशी आने दिया करो. First, it will seem like it is artificial, then it will become real. You know? Yeah, because when we start trying to do it, it seems like artificial. No? Okay, ye kya hai? I'm not feeling, but I'm laughing for what reason. Yes, sir. Mr. Sahidi.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. And all.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I think this power of generation of feelings is a very powerful tool. How can we generate feeling of peace?
By generating it.
Okay.
Seriously, you tell me, can you tell somebody how? I mean, there are many things you can't tell him how. No? When I'm thinking of an example, but I cannot say it, you know, in public.
Okay, thank you.
There's no how to it. Yeah. See, I'll tell you what. Let's do step by step. This feeling of joy and happiness is easier to generate, no? Because to generate peace, you'll have to drop a lot of stuff. No? Because when there is a total absence of any judgment, you will see that you are naturally being more peaceful. Believe me, at the bottom of it is the judging that we do. Because subtly we are judging, consciously we are judging, unconsciously we are judging. If you want to be able to generate peace, you want to understand what is it that does not allow you to be peaceful. The question I would ask myself is, what is the energy, space, and consciousness that I'm being that is not allowing me to be peaceful? And it's very much linked to the topic of today, that we are allowing circumstances to influence us. No? So the interferer that is not allowing us to have peace in our life is usually circumstances. But a more powerful way to look at it is that if I have the power of generation, can my circumstances let me be not peaceful? They cannot. But even if you take the circumstances out of the equation, you will find that still you are not peaceful. Because the person who makes you, what should I say, what's the word for unpeaceful? Who makes you not peaceful? You may discover that it is you yourself who is not letting you be peaceful. Because we are carrying so much of incompletions. We are carrying so much resentment. We are carrying so much anger. We are carrying so much fear. We are carrying so much worry. We are carrying so much anxiety. Even in the present moment, there is nothing happening. Circumstances are doing nothing to you. Still, a lot of us, we do this. We're carrying a lot of stuff when we've never been able to let it go. We don't want to let it go. It has become a part of our survival mechanism. Yes, Vetri.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sorry to interrupt the flow. It is on a lighter note. We
But 1
carry
minute.
lot of-
Hello, Vetri. If you're sorry to interrupt the flow, then don't interrupt it. No? Okay, carry on.
We carry a lot of worry, we carry a lot of anger. Like that, to get a peace, I doubt Gunen is carrying a lot of money. He can start sharing it with us.
Hey. You know something, Vetri? I think sometimes when you become uncomfortable with any topic, then you divert the attention of everybody by cracking a joke. Hey?
We should not judge him.
No, I'm just making a statement. It's not a judgment. It's an observation.
Like that.
Because I've seen this happening many times, that, sometimes a particular train of thought, when it is going deeper, right? This will happen. So it's not a good or bad thing, but it's an entry for him to discover, okay, why is it that I do that? Yeah, that's a good point. Hiral, why don't you unmute yourself and say it to everybody?
Yeah, actually, I'm a doctor myself and I see patients every day. So when I talk to them and I hear their stories, they don't choose to be peaceful. And they says like if there is a peace around and if they go to peaceful places and all, they just get uncomfortable with that. Because they are so used to that, they're so used to that anxiety and that such circumstances. So they are not willing to be peaceful. They don't choose that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I have 3 of my students who agreed to go and do Vipassana. Okay?
Right.
You know Vipassana, right? It's very peaceful out there. They ran away after 3 days. One person ran away after 4 days. One person ran away after 3 days. Right? I asked them what happened. They said, I can't stand it.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah, you know why they can't stand it? Because most of the stuff that is there is their own, in their own head. And in that
Yes.
silence over there, they come face
They
to
are not
face with
willing
it.
to release that, yet they are holding it.
First of all, they see it, you know, क्योंकि जो कचरा जो दबा के रखा हुआ है, what they've suppressed, which they don't allow themselves. Mostly it is buried in their subconscious or wherever it is. When they sit there peacefully, it's coming up. And it comes up, they are not able to deal with it. Right? So see, it's similar to the reaction sometimes when we go into conversations which are deep, the mind starts, you know, playing tricks there, and you will do something to, I've seen many people who do that. When a conversation becomes uncomfortable, they will crack a joke or something. Right? Sometimes I'm watching a movie, and whenever an emotional scene comes, right, then we get a very interesting reaction from my wife, you know. So now I know that she's getting emotional. ठीक है ना? तो मैं बोलता हूँ यार हो जाओ ना emotional. Enjoy the emotion. You don't know what's going to come out at the end of it. But you just start noticing. And it's exactly proving my point that, you know, we are carrying a lot of stuff in our own mind. Circumstance is one thing. Let us say we have learned to deal with the circumstance. It is not able to influence your feelings. Okay. Now you are master of your feelings. Nothing is able to influence you from outside. But you're still carrying a lot of stuff, right? And then that stuff which you're carrying, it puts your attention again on something negative. Or it puts your attention on avoiding. And KR, please listen carefully to this conversation, because when all these things are happening, you cannot be in the present. No? You're not going to be in the present moment. You're not going to be aware, because your mind attention units are going here and there.
Yes.
And a lot of it is happening at an unconscious level. So we don't even know that it's happening. I'm getting it. So the exercises that we do, and we will continue to do from today for the next 4-5 days all over again for your benefit. The first one, just remember, power of generation, keep doing it. Okay. And the more you do it, the more you will be able to be present to whatever is going on. Like I said, if you are using power of generation, you are not going to be resisting anything. And when you don't resist anything, you may be able to discover that there is something in that situation which is coming to only help you to be a better person. It has come with a gift to you. It is not coming to you as a punishment. That completely changes, you know. I remember, you know, in my second job, I used to be working for a multinational German company, and my boss was quite tough on me and harsh on me. Okay. So one day I was complaining to one of my senior colleagues, okay, what is this here? I'm doing such good work. He's promoting me also. Still, he's all the time after my life. And my colleague said, you know, he never gives so much attention to anyone. He's taking so much personal interest, you know. He's taking so much personal interest in you. Don't you see that? And you are resisting his coaching. That moment I realized, you know, whatever he was saying, he continued to behave with me in the same manner. But now I used to feel happy about it. I used to say, Kumar Chandran sir is actually trying to contribute to me. So I was not feeling bad anymore. Okay. So I was able to learn much more from him, and I always sort of, you know, pray, and I'm in so much gratitude that he gave me such a solid foundation in my life. Right? And I also started to realize that he was not always harsh with me. He was very nice also. But you know what? When you are resisting somebody, then you see only the negative things that the person is doing. Even if he is doing positive, you are not able to see that. Interesting, isn't it? Because our brain is so stupid, you know, it will catch only the negative first. Even when you're having a conversation with someone, there are many things that the person is saying. Many of those things you may be agreeing with also, but your brain is more focusing on hearing what you don't agree with, so that you can have an argument with the other person. So it's very interesting what our mind is doing. Hello, Vetri. Are you all right?
Sir, I am very honored.
Okay. The last part I was telling for you only.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. So it's been a wonderful session today. And today we've got, yes, Kunen sir. Boliye.
If you allow me, this reminds me a very old quotation of Dr. Wayne Dyer. He says that if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Yeah. This is what from his book, you will see it if you believe it.
You see it if you believe.
Yeah, there's a book he wrote called, the first book that he wrote is the book which influenced me a hell of a lot. It is called Your Erroneous Zones. Have you read that book?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book. It really shows you what we do with our mind. Your Erroneous Zones. Kunen, have you read that book, Your Erroneous Zones?
Not yet, sir. I will read it.
That is the first book he wrote. So it's one of the best books, if you ask me. Everything else is built on what he wrote over there. Then he wrote a book. It's a story called Gift of the Eye Kiss. I think that PK movie has been made out of the influence of that book. The Gift of the Eye Kiss. So very good point he has made. And that's exactly what will happen, you know, if you follow what I'm saying. If you are able to generate your feelings, then the same situation, you will see it differently and you will be able to get the learning that is there in it. Thank you for reiterating that point, Kunen. Thank you so much. All right, so now today we've got two of our resident Shires with us. Kuldeep ji is one of them and he comes very rarely. So we are having the pleasure of his company today. So Kuldeep ji, how about sharing your Shairi with us?
Sir, something which resonates what you are saying. कि लफ्जों के इत्तेफाक में यूं बदलाव करके देख, लफ्जों के इत्तेफाक में यूं बदलाव करके देख, तू देख कर न मुस्कुरा, बस मुस्कुरा के देख.
Wow, 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 wow. Can you translate that? Kunen से translate करवाएंगे, इनको समझ ज्यादा है उर्दू की.
Yes, sir.
Unmute करिए सर जी.
जी सर. मुकर्रर.
लफ्जों के इत्तेफाक में यूं बदलाव करके देख.
लफ्जों के इत्तेफाक में यूं बदलाव करके देख.
I think easy way to say it is change the way you listen to the words. That's the closest translation I can think of. And the next one?
तू देख कर न मुस्कुरा, बस मुस्कुरा के देख. मतलब देखने से पहले मुस्कुराहट चाहिए.
First you smile and then you see, instead of smiling after you see. Wow, that's a good one. Thank you very much. Yeah. Kuldeep ji, please record it and put it on the group or send it to me. I will put it on the group. Thank you very much.
Sir.
Yes, Kunen.
मुस्कुराने से याद आ रहा है जनाब के जिंदगी एक हसीन ख्वाब है जिसमें जीने की चाहत होनी चाहिए.
Wow.
जिंदगी एक हसीन ख्वाब है जिसमें जीने की चाहत होनी चाहिए. गम खुद ही खुशी में बदल जाएंगे, सिर्फ मुस्कुराने की आदत होनी चाहिए.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Hiral ji, can you put your number on the chat, please, so we can add you to our group? and you will get the links every morning in the group.
Yes, I'm there in the group. I'm there in the group.
You're already there
Rama
in the
is
group.
added me. Yes.
Okay, okay, very nice, very nice. You're also from Bangalore?
Yes.
Okay, welcome, welcome. So we hope to see you regularly then. All right, everybody, thank you very much for a engaging session. Thank you for all those people who shared, and thank you to all those people who questioned, and thank you especially for the interjection of Vetrivel also allowed me to show something more to you, right? And I will see you. What I would like you to do, Neeti, can you be on the call? Because we can continue our conversation, which we wanted to do. The rest of you, you're free to leave. Anybody who's a part of what you're talking about, Neeti, you can ask them to stay so we can do our discussion right now. Please unmute. Neeti, please unmute.
Yes, sir. Gurnandan ji can stay back, and Rashmi ji could nahi dekha shayad.
No, she's on the flight to Singapore today, so aaj nahi hai.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Guru Nandan can stay, and who else is a part of that?
अभी तो यहाँ नहीं है वो लोग.
Okay. So then we will do it some other time, or do you want to do it today?
सर एक डिस्कशन तो आज करते हैं ताकि आगे तो बढ़ना चालू करें कुछ.
All right, all right. So everybody else, thank you very much for being there. Yeah. So Neeti, I and Guru Nandan will stay. The rest of you can bid bye-bye to us. Thank you, KR sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Thank you, Hiralji. Thank you very much for your kind words. Tyakudin, thank you. Premji, thank you. All right. So here we are. And who will begin the discussion?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sat Sri Akal.
Sat Sri Akal, sir.
Right, sir. Sir, this is regarding a project that we are thinking for the schools. And just to bring everybody on the same platform, there is this new educational policy which is changing the Indian schooling system from 10+2. It's moving to 5+3+3+4. So the last 4 years, class 9, 10, 11, 12 is going to be clubbed together, and the children will get freedom to select their subjects. There's no more a pure science stream.